is a question that makes most space enthusiasts and explorers truly curious. How many planets are there in the universe? The universe is an immensely vast space, stretching in all directions and continuing to expand over time. Within its infinity, the universe may contain countless planets, but specifically, how many? Astronomers estimate there are about 100 sextillion planets in the universe, based on the assumption that each star has one planet orbiting it. The Milky Way alone has about 100 billion stars, and there are trillions of galaxies in the universe. Astronomers have discovered 5,500 confirmed exoplanets orbiting other stars in the Milky Way. If we add the 8 planets in our solar system, the total known planets would be 5,510. Counting the number of planets is a difficult task, and astronomers are certain there are many more planets we haven't discovered yet. Mark Paul Pinchak, an astronomer at the American Museum of Natural History in New York, said, "Although we currently know only over 5,000 planets, we can estimate there's one planet around each star. The Milky Way has 100 billion stars, so the number of planets is roughly the same. We cannot provide an exact number." Paul Pinchak compares determining the total number of exoplanets to guessing how many people live in a city without searching the internet. To get an accurate number, you could try to meet each person and count them one by one, but this is completely impractical. Instead, it's much easier to make an estimate based on the number of people per household and the number of households in the city. Astronomers estimate each star has approximately one planet based on observations. Scientists use 2 different techniques to search for exoplanets, including the transit method used by the Kepler Space Telescope and the radial velocity method that led to the Nobel Prize-winning discovery of Planet 51 Pegasi b. With both methods, astronomers observe the star rather than the planet, looking for small signs indicating the planet's existence. S-light dimming when a planet passes in front or the star. All planets discovered to date are located within the Milky Way. No one knows if we can find a planet outside our galaxy, simply because they are too far away and difficult to observe. A technique called gravitational microlensing might reveal some possible planets outside our galaxy. As Paul Pinchak metaphorically put it, calculating the number of planets in the universe is like finding out how many people live in every city on Earth. If the Milky Way has about 100 billion planets and there are 1 trillion other galaxies, each with many such planets, we can multiply and derive the number of 100 sextillion planets in the universe. With such an enormous number of planets, people often speculate that there must be at least one other planet with life in the universe. And if only Earth has life, then looking back at that number of 100 sextillion planets is truly unbelievable. Discovery of strange exoplanet with material density higher than steel. Astronomers were extremely surprised when they looked 545 light-years away and discovered an extremely special exoplanet. It's TOI 1853b, an exoplanet with a radius 3.46 times that of Earth. This exoplanet orbits its host star, an orange dwarf about 80% the size of our Sun, every 1.24 Earth days. Although its radius isn't large, its mass is truly astonishing, 73.2 times that of Earth. Neptune, with a similar size, has only 17.15 times Earth's mass. Given its size and mass, the team of scientists calculated that TOI 1853b has a density of 9.7 grams per cc. Meanwhile, Neptune has an average density of 1.64 grams per cc, while our Earth is only 5.15 grams per cc. Iron has a density of 7.87 grams per cc, and steel has a similar density. S density tells us that its composition must contain denser materials and doesn't. To classify exoplanets or planets orbiting other stars beyond our Sun, astronomers rely on descriptions of our solar system. After noticing an interesting object, nearly the size of Neptune and close to a dwarf star, they sought more detailed information about it from various ground-based and space telescopes. After confirming that what they saw was indeed a planet and not a star, they were left with one puzzle to solve: what caused such a special planet to be born? The best explanation for its strange characteristics is a catastrophic collision. So far, over 5,500 exoplanets have been discovered, and from these, astronomers know that exoplanets come in many sizes and compositions. The research team ran simulations of scenarios and collisions to find an answer to why this exoplanet is so strange. The researchers concluded that TOI 1853b could be the core of a former giant gas planet. Associate professor and co-author Dr. Jolyn Hart concluded, "T investigated such extreme impacts before because they weren't. There's still much work to be done to improve the material models that form the basis of our simulations and to expand the range of extreme impacts being modeled." Scientists explain that to lose its atmosphere and lighter ices, and become an extremely dense world like today. Another massive object like a planet would have to crash into TOI 1853b at a speed of 75 kilometers per second. Astronomers plan to conduct further observations to search for atmospheric traces around TOI 1853b and analyze its composition, to determine whether the predicted collision scenario actually occurred or not. NASA announces discovery of incredible giant worlds. NASA's Exoplanet Hunting Telescope TESS has detected 2 giant and unusual worlds in the Draco constellation, one of which is the longest orbit exoplanet ever confirmed. The surprising discovery comes from a red dwarf star named TOI 4600, located about 815 light-years from Earth. A scientific team from NASA, Massachusetts Institute of Technology and University of New Mexico, USA, has detailed analysis of data from the Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite, TESS. A NASA spacecraft carrying an observatory specialized in searching for worlds beyond our solar system. Orbiting a star belonging to a class much smaller and cooler than the Sun, they were amazed to witness 2 giant worlds. Much larger than Jupiter, a planet with a radius 11 times and mass 318 times that of Earth. The first member in the system, TOI 4600b, has a radius 1.68 times larger than Jupiter and an orbital period around its parent star of 83 days. The outer planet is TOI 4600c, with a radius 1 to 9.4 times larger than Jupiter and an orbital period of up to 483 days. This is the longest orbit exoplanet ever known. Preliminary data suggests they may belong to the gas giant planet category, similar to Jupiter, but their internal composition may be a mixture of gas and ice. They seem to bridge the gap between hot Jupiters and the original Jupiter in our solar system, a cold giant. This is the first time TESS has found a star system where both hot Jupiter and cold Jupiter types coexist. The outer planet has an ultra-cold temperature of -82 degrees Celsius, while the inner planet is more temperate at 74 degrees Celsius. The author team stated they will seek to further study the mysterious space region around TOI 4600, where scientists suspect that the 2 giant worlds are hiding some smaller planets between or around them.